Greetings, everybody. I am not Crims today. I am more myself, Alex, if you could say that. And today we're gonna run around in the crash site video with these giant heads. And the purpose of this video is more like it's like a gaming vlog. So the focus is not gonna be on the game itself. It's just like a vehicle, like a train for my thoughts. So I'm gonna run around in this stage, and we're gonna talk about various topics and things. I have a little list right here besides me. And I got this idea, I was sitting down, being prepared to do another session of this game. But I felt like, so far, we have done 12 parts of this game. And the game is so action-packed with the music and everything that happens. And so I never really feel like I have time to just stand still, take a breath, and, talk about things. Because when I do commentary, I oftentimes want to talk about, my life and my thoughts and feelings about various things. But when I have this Crims persona, it's fast, it's action-packed, we're cussing and we're aggressive. I never really get that time. So I thought, let's have this little break now in the middle of the game, or I think we're past the halfway point so far. Let's have this little break that we can just run around in this stage, because it is the biggest in the game, and so just take our time to absorb its atmosphere and talk about these different things that I have typed up. But before we do that, so first, we are playing with some cheats, just for the fun of it. We're having Hurricane Fists, so we can punch really, really quickly. The enemies have, monkey mode, big heads, big weapons. They're all like Donkey Kong. And then we have GoldenEye weapons with the GoldenEye sight. Now, what kind of disturbs me is that the sight isn't an oval. I mean, it is an oval instead of a circle. It just looks so bad. I don't understand why it's like that. But yeah, we have the GoldenEye weapons, we have infinite ammo, no reload. I just put on some different cheats just for the fun of it. So we can see these classic GoldenEye weapons, which you don't see, playing the game normally. So, hope everybody is having a great day. This is the day after the last session, so it's January 24th. And I probably won't do a session today because I'm uploading one part every other day. So it's gonna be a while, until you see those 12 parts. I think this part is gonna be uploaded before that, since it's not really tied to the series. So maybe it does contain some spoilers for those who are following the game, like why are we here now? Why is the Air Force One crashed? But honestly, I don't think anyone really cares. But if someone does care, then I apologize, for spoiling that, if you're watching this for the first time. Alright, let's have ourselves a drink of water, so stay hydrated. This is kind of weird right here. I want to see some new things about this stage that I haven't seen before. That's also why I want to run around in this remaster and just take in all the shapes of the mountains and kind of appreciate how the Nintendo 64 was able to do one of these missions and stages. Hello, good sir. We are playing on Agent, so no worries. Alright then, the first topic I have right here it's about Nintendo, but I think I'm gonna change that, and we'll talk about that later. Since I did mention commentary, and we were, kind of talking about that, I want to go into my first topic then, which is, 12 years of commentary. Not yet though, but in November 2009, that's when I started making, commentary like this, sitting down, playing a video game, and talking pretty much random nonsense. So we are in the 12th year of that, and it just feels indescribable in a sense. It's so weird for me and also fun at the same time to go back to these old videos. Unfortunately, most of them are lost because of the old channel got taken down. So a lot of those commentaries are gone forever. But I did manage to save some of it, and there is a 3-year anniversary video I made where I, showed some clips from those earlier commentaries. And so looking at them, and then like right after looking at this series, which is the most current one, it feels so weird. I guess it's like, looking at a photo album and you realize how far or how much your life has changed over those 11, 12 years. So it's nothing too special in that sense, but it feels very special to me. How everything has changed, everything from the quality, kind of especially the quality of the videos and the resolution, the microphone, the mixing, everything around that. Just a huge difference, and it makes me proud to see, how little I knew when I started out, and how much I know now, and how that quality speaks for itself. Because back then I didn't really know that much about, technical qualities regarding audio and video. So I'm very glad to have learned so much during this time. But then of course we have the memories, my life at that moment during the course of all the years, where I've been, what I've done, who I've met, what I'm talking about. It all changes kind of drastically, and that makes me really happy. That was Elvis. Shit. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. It's really interesting, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. I guess the equivalent would be, if you had a past relationship, then you kind of don't want to look at those photo albums too much, because it kind of drags you into that time and those feelings and everything, revolving that. And it can be both good and bad, but for the most part, people tend to want to move on. And, I'm quite the same, but I am also a very sensitive person, and I have a tendency to have a very strong immersion. So if I look at old videos or recordings or photos of, past relationships or past living conditions or whatever, my brain very easily gets pulled into that reality, and it kind of feels like it's current, like it just happened, or it's still happening, even though it's many years after it. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, but I don't know, it feels like most people have it pretty easy, just kind of letting go and being more present in the present. And that's what I'm working on a lot these days with the meditation and mindfulness, being present in the present, and yeah, you know what I mean. I haven't warmed up my voice before this session, so please excuse the talk soup and the horrible rusty English. I don't know. Okay, so that's kind of it for that topic, I guess. 12 years of commentary. It's interesting that I'm still doing this. It is not very, what's the word? Often enough. There's a word I'm looking for. Like, it happens. Shit, okay. Let's see here. We can go to Google Translate. Kind of helps. Regularly. See, my English is not how it should be. Regularly? You know what I'm talking about. So there's been a lot of pauses on and off with commentary. I don't, release a video every other day 10 years in a row. There's a lot of pauses and things like that. But I never ever quit. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. That we have been going for, soon to be 12 years. And never quit, and never had any major pauses. there has been, you know, commentaries every year for almost 12 years now. Whenever it is live streams or these offline commentaries, as I call them. I should just call them Let's Plays, but I don't know if that's a term people use anymore and if people understand it. So it makes kind of more sense to say offline commentaries. I think people would understand right away when I say it like that. Man, this level is so weird. Yeah. So I'm kind of losing my train of thought here. And what's interesting for me with this this gaming vlog I'm doing right now is I'm practicing on not having too much pressure on myself. Like, it doesn't have to be perfectly entertaining. It doesn't have to flow supernaturally. It's not rehearsed in any way. You know, if I do a hiccup in my train of thought or my commentary, it doesn't matter, because this video is supposed to kind of reflect me in this current time. And no person is perfect except Joanna Dark. And you know, I just want to capture every single essence of myself, you know, in that sense. What is this? Yeah, okay. I don't understand why it looks like that in snow. Okay. So yeah, commentary. I don't know what else to say. I'm glad I've never quit and that we're still going, and I hope to still go for a long time. Because as I mentioned, commentary is a way for me to capture time, thoughts and feelings, and so I can come back to them every now and again for the years to come. And every time I can go back, you know, 7 years and listen to myself, I appreciate that I took the time to record that. Even though sometimes when you're actually there, when you're actually recording, you sometimes feel like, you know, what's the point? Whatever. But then as the years pass, you know, I'm grateful that, okay, nice. It's good that I recorded that, so it's captured, and it hopefully won't go away. Because I also have backup on everything I do these days. Compared to before, that was kind of stupid of me. But you learn your lessons. And so now I do have backups on everything I do. It's fucking turrets. Yeah. Don't know what else to say. I'm repeating myself a lot here. I do apologize for that. But as I said, the purpose isn't to be entertaining. But yeah, we'll continue. We'll see what we do with live streams. Cool that we have wood bullet holes. I didn't realize this game had that. So many details. Triangular trees. Very nice. Alright then, next topic, or else we're gonna be here all day, which isn't that much of a problem. So the next topic is Nintendo, as I kind of mentioned before. So I've been a Nintendo fan and a player, you know, for as long as I can remember. When I was like 3 years old, I started playing Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. So that was kind of my start in the video game world. And I'm very, very thankful for that. Because even to this day, I feel like Nintendo and those games back then were like the pinnacle of video games. It's so good, and it still holds up to this day. Like, super quality products. And then of course, as the years pass and we have different Nintendo consoles, and right now we have the Nintendo Switch, which is soon to be 4 years old, and that's kind of crazy how quickly that happened. 4 years of Nintendo Switch in like a month, or yeah, a little bit more than a month. And I just have to say that, you know, as a Nintendo fan, I am pretty damn disappointed in the Switch. Comparing it to the Wii U and yeah, the Wii and the GameCube and so forth, it's really weak in many different aspects, and that's what we're gonna go into right now. I'm just gonna see if I can climb up here. Is that possible? Yeah, it is. Huh. Okay. So let's begin with some points here. So yeah, 4 years soon, and we still have no themes for the Nintendo Switch, and it is a handheld hybrid. And looking at the 3DS, it had so many themes and character to it, like the sounds and the visuals. It was all so good and so creative and nice, and you could, customize it to your liking. Like, I have a Yoshi theme on my 3DS, and I'm very happy with it because it also has sound effects from Yoshi's Island that I grew up with. So it's just so cool. But the Nintendo Switch still doesn't have anything. It's just white and black themes. We have some sounds, but we have no music, no atmosphere, no ambience. Nothing. It still feels really dead, the whole menu. It's so basic, and it makes me sad that the Nintendo Switch is a really well-selling console. Like, they have so many sold units, and it's such a low effort as well. It's like they can do so much better, and there is like no excuse either, because they are updating the Nintendo Switch, and they are adding some things here and there, but it's not enough. It is just, what are they doing? And since they are selling so many units and games as well, I mean, they're selling so many full-price titles like Animal Crossing, Breath of the Wild, still, 4 years later, still selling a lot of copies for full price. So Nintendo has a lot of money, and they're not. It feels like they're not using it. They could spend that money on a team to make the Switch more more enjoyable, more character, more flair. But it's just so bare bones basic, and they don't give a shit. And that also applies to the other points I have here, like there's no sorting options in the Switch. Like, you can go into the full game list if you have enough games, and you can sort by publishers and year or whatever, last played. I mean, that's good. But in the main menu, where you see your games in that horizontal row, like you can't customize it in any way. You can't add any folders like you could in the Wii U. You can't sort it. You can't switch place. You can't swap anything. It's always last played, and it comes back to that low effort, bare bones thing. It's just so fucking bad. And I wish they could, try to do something with it. It sounds like very, stupid reasons to complain about, or things to complain about. But it's just that, such a big company, such a big selling console, and it's a current console. I would understand if it's like, if it was the last generation. Of course they want to focus on the new stuff, but this is the new stuff, and they're not doing anything with it. It just feels so fucking basic, and I'm disappointed. I'm expecting more, because the Wii U, in many aspects, was better than the Switch. Let's take a drink of water. I've been thinking of making a video comparing the Wii U to the Switch, because I had the Wii U during its prime, and I've had the Switch now during its prime, so I can make a fair judgment and comparison between them, in my opinion. But, that takes a lot of time and effort, of course, and, right at this moment, I don't really feel like I have that energy. And also I made, that Age of Calamity review, so I'm still doing something. But, yeah, I don't know, it just feels like it's not worth it in a way, but it should be. But yeah, the Wii U, it's kind of distracting with all these guards. Just gonna punch them down first, and then we're gonna continue. Just gonna use our hurricane fists. There we go. Yeah, the Wii U had all of these things that I am complaining about with the Switch. It has sorting, it has maps and folders. It doesn't have themes though. That kind of sucks actually. It doesn't have themes, but it does have its own theme. Like the Wii U menu has its music and its ambience. And I know it would be so much easier if I could show this as I was talking about it. But I don't know, I kind of want to leave it to just my thoughts and feelings instead. The Nintendo Switch doesn't have an internet browser, and the Wii U had that, since day one. So it kind of sucks that way. It does have a YouTube app, but it doesn't get updated, so who knows how long that will last. The Wii U had the Miiverse, kind of like its own Facebook social media platform. It was kind of fun, It was mediocre and super simple, but it was at least something. I used that, and I thought it was pretty fun. For example, in Wind Waker, you could throw out these bottles. Messages in a bottle. And then, post it on the Miiverse page, and, you could draw on your pad and things like that. It was so creative and fun, and you could find other people's messages in bottles. And it just had that pretty cool social interaction built into the platform. And the Switch doesn't really have anything of that sort. It has to, when it comes to voice chat, it has to resort to a mobile phone app. I mean, what the fuck? Who does that? It's so stupid. It's 2017, and we can't program a handheld console with Wi-Fi to have like a voice program or... Oh, that's interesting. Never seen this before. Yeah, to have built-in chat functions. Look at Animal Crossing New Horizons. It has a built-in chat system. So I mean, how hard can it be? It kind of feels like it should be a global thing, but it isn't. Okay, so next topic regarding Nintendo would be online functionality. And when I say functionality, I am very, I'm treading on very thin ice when I say that. It doesn't function that well, in my opinion, compared to how it should. The key point here that I'm trying to make is that we pay monthly or annually for Nintendo Switch Online, and of course we get some we get something for it. We do get 8-bit and 16-bit games, a small collection, nothing too major, but it's at least nice, and it's good for introducing the new generation to these classic awesome games without them having to pay extra for it. So in that sense, it's really good. And it has some really, really good games, but also leaving out a lot of good games. And there are no options to buy more. You can't go to the eShop and buy these 8-bit and 16-bit or whatever, Nintendo 64. That's it. That's a whole topic in itself, virtual consoles. I guess we can leave that for now. So speaking about online first, it's really, really lackluster, and it's so basic, and it's so bad. I mean, look at Smash Ultimate. It's the biggest and most selling fighting game of all time, already, after 2 years. And it has peer-to-peer online, which means that the connection doesn't go to a stable server. The connection is only between you and your opponent. And it sounds good, just like that, but the reality is that it's very bad, it's inconsistent, it's laggy. And depending on your connection or your... Fuck! I did not mean to finish the mission. Replay. DMC time. It gets very, very laggy and inconsistent. And if your opponent has bad connection or you have it, then both players suffer. So let's say if I have a very stable, I have kind of an optimal connection from my side. I have an Ethernet adapter to my Switch. So I have a fucking internet cord right into my Switch. There's no Wi-Fi. So it's a lot more stable and faster. That's what I have, and that's what most people should have. But the Switch doesn't come with a built-in Ethernet port, like the PlayStation or the Xbox or whatever. It's not built for that. in mind. So if I have a perfect connection and my opponent has McDonald's Wi-Fi, then we both experience the same amount of lag. You see the problem here? If it wasn't peer-to-peer, if we both were connected to a server, if I had perfect connection and he didn't, or she, then I wouldn't experience lag, but he would, or she. So that's my point. Since we're paying for online, we should definitely get dedicated servers, and some games on the Switch does have that. I believe that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has those servers, and Splatoon 2, and so I have very, very rarely experienced lag on those games when playing online. Man, this video is turning out much longer than I expected, and I'm getting very, very dry in my throat. Basic shit English as of today. So yeah, the online, it's bad. And, it wouldn't be that much of a problem if we didn't pay for it. And here's the thing, when the Switch came out, the first 1.5 year, we didn't pay for it. It was free. And so there was nothing to really complain about. I mean, I still want, good online, and I would be happy to pay for it. But we can't. Now we're paying for shit basic online, and it's not good. And as I've mentioned in a previous video on this channel, is that fans are doing what Nintendo don't, Look at the Smash Melee. The Smash Melee Online, which is fan-made, Smash Melee Online has less lag than Ultimate Offline. I mean, let that sink in. That really says something. You have this super rich gaming company that is thriving right now during the pandemic. They have so much money and resources, so there is no excuse whatsoever, in my opinion. And fans, on their own free time, are making something that they're not, because they love their game. They want to play that game in as good of a way as possible. It just makes me and a lot of other fans very disappointed, because there are no excuses. If there were, it would be perfectly reasonable. I would say okay, because we have some reasons for it. We have excuses. I understand, but we don't. It's just lazy. It's all about money. It's all about keeping it bare bones, low effort. Pull in as much money as you can with minimal effort. That's what Nintendo feels to me right now. And that also goes into the next point I have here on my list, and that is, re-releasing Wii U games. And that's what they're doing. The Wii U didn't sell well at all. The Nintendo Switch has sold so much more. And so most people who own a Switch today have not experienced the Wii U games. So, I'm both happy and mad about this. I'm happy that many people get to experience these Wii U games, which are, in my opinion, very, very good and underrated. Games like, Mario Kart 8, for example. That's a Wii U game, but it's ported to the Switch. Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game in its core, but it got ported to Switch on day one, so that's nice. But it is, in its core, a Wii U game. And then we have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. That's also a Wii U game on the Switch. You see where I'm going with this? A lot of very, very good games are ported to the Switch. So, in terms of how good the games are, all credit goes to the Wii U, because that's the console they were designed for. They weren't designed for the Switch in the first place. So comparing the libraries, 4 years of Wii U compared to 4 years of Switch, there is no competition at all. I mean, the only competition I can see is like Super Mario Odyssey compared to the Wii U Mario game, which was a 3D world. So yeah, you have those two to compare. But you have so much more on the Wii U side that the Switch is left in the dust. But they are winning because they are just porting it with low effort for the most part. And most people think that, it's a Switch game because they didn't have a Wii U. They never saw it on the Wii U, so they don't know. And it just makes me kind of, hipster angry. Like the Wii U is so much better. But in a sense, it really was. The games we have for the Switch, the AAA titles like, Mario Odyssey. What else? Animal Crossing New Horizons. Smash Ultimate. That's kind of it. I mean, of course there are more games than that, but like, what more do we have? Link's Awakening remake? It really sucks in terms of technical issues. It could have been so much more. Shit, my throat is getting really dry in this session. So yeah, I have to take a couple of pauses and drink water. So let me just pause for a minute with my train of thought and say that as of recording this, I feel like it's kind of an annoying video, and I wouldn't blame anyone for turning off the video after a minute or two, because I don't have a very interesting tone in my voice. I have a very, low energy type of voice, but that's because, I'm serious with what I'm talking about. And I would be, I have to be honest and say I'm quite, not tired, but the topics are pretty heavy. And so I don't want to fake it and be all like, yeah, let's go. I want to have a serious tone, so. Please excuse if this video isn't super entertaining in terms of tone and my commentary, and I'm repeating myself a lot, and my English isn't very flowing right now, so I am fully aware of that, and I apologize. It could be better, but that's not the point of this video. So let me drink some more and we can continue. And speaking of Wii U re-releases, they're still going with it, 4 years later. Now the next game is Super Mario 3D World, which I mentioned. And the only effort they put into this re-release is that they added like a bonus DLC, which doesn't look very long. It doesn't look like a full game. I would love to be proven wrong here, because then it would justify a full price title. Because I already own 3D World. I've 100%ed the game and I love it. I think it's a really, really good game. But it is a Wii U game. I already paid for it. I'm not gonna pay $60 or euros for the game again. And just having a little bit extra content with that Bowser's Fury DLC, it's not gonna be worth it for me. I really want to play it, but I'm not gonna pay 60 euros for it. No way in hell am I gonna do that. Hello, Elvis. So we'll see. Hopefully it is its own big game. Then that would justify its price. So we'll see when that comes out, and I'll update you, everyone, with my commentary when that happens. And we'll see if we play or stream it. But yeah, moving on. Horrible online, we've talked about that. Next problem is drifting. I think most people know about this, but the Nintendo Switch controllers are infamous for being very low quality, and they start to drift in just a year or less, actually. I have had drifting problems on my own. I've had it on my Joy-Cons and my Pro Controller. And the Pro Controller, when it was new, was around 80 euros. Insanely high price for just a controller. And it just makes it so bad that a controller of that price has drifting issues. It's so bad But hey, what can you do? And that makes me angry. Like, what can you do? Nothing. You have to buy a new one, or maybe have it repaired or something. I don't know, man. It just feels so, as I said, bare bones, and it sucks. It's not good at all. The other consoles had very good controllers. Take a look at the GameCube. I still have my GameCube controllers, which are, almost 20 years old. And they have seen a lot of use over the years. Especially now when, Smash 4 for the Wii U, and then Smash Ultimate. I've still used my old GameCube controllers. And they still hold up. They're not broken. They still work. There's no drifting. There's nothing. It still works. But then you look at the Switch controllers. If you play Smash for like a month straight, you're gonna get drifting issues. It's like a very, very high risk. That's just how it is. Once again, super, super disappointed. And these controllers are expensive. I mean, a pair of Joy-Cons is also like 80 euros or whatever. And the Switch Pro controller, I think it's like 70 euros today. It's like, what the fuck? It's so expensive, low quality, we pay for online, it sucks ass, no themes. I'm speaking so negative towards the Switch here. Don't get me too wrong. I enjoy owning a Switch. I enjoy playing the games on it. I enjoy playing through Golf Story, which I do right now, which is a Switch exclusive. And all the other exclusive games for it. I enjoy my Switch and I'm happy that I own it, so don't get me too wrong here. I am just speaking as a very disappointed, long-time Nintendo fan. And I was expecting so much more from Nintendo because they set a very high standard for me over the last 20-25 years, or even more. Yeah, I would say 25 years. They have set such a high standard. I'm expecting more. They're not delivering on that. I'm disappointed because there are no excuses. In my opinion, they have so much money, and now I'm repeating myself. So I guess we can move on. Please let me know what your thoughts are about this. I'm very interested. But I highly doubt anyone is watching this. Maybe Emily. Hello. Thank you very much for sticking through this video. Hopefully your work is going great as you're listening to this. Other than that, I really appreciate everyone for listening to this video. So let's have a very short break, drink some water, and we're gonna go into the next topic. Alright then. The next topic, my friends, is more personal now. My personal life. I think most people know this, maybe not, but I've made vlogs not too long ago. I have a Pinkie Pie in the thumbnail, so please check those vlogs out. 2 of them. So it's like a continuation on those, I would say. It's about me living in Gothenburg, or around that place, for the last 6-7 years. And now back in my hometown of Ängelholm, and the contrast between the two. So it's like, how has that difference, felt? I'm still getting used to this big change in life, going from a big city, surrounded by mostly young people, and very, little family around me. Back to my hometown, where it's very calm, quiet, and I don't have that many friends here as of now. It's a huge, huge difference, and I don't really know how I'm gonna begin with this. Just gonna clear these guys out first. I'm feeling a sense of melancholy. Going through this big change. The last 7 years have been very, very eventful. And I'm not gonna go through all of that, of course. It's gonna be another 2 hours of this video if I do that. And my throat is gonna die. So please check out my, Crims, my vlogs playlist if you want to know more. Or just check out my other commentaries. There's a lot of, the lore behind Crims. There's a lot of it. And I'm not gonna sit here and explain everything. But I've went through a lot of stuff for the past 7 years. And most of it is reflected in the commentary and what I talk about. So I'm not expecting anyone to know everything. But it is there for those who are interested in my life. It sounds pretty... what's the word? Yeah, you probably know the word better than me. I'm not gonna talk about myself, that much. Like I'm that interested, like, the story of me. But that's kind of what it is, and I have to stop being super modest and kind of, be proud that, my life is, or has been very interesting. More than these fucking textures. What the fuck is it? Okay. But let's just compare a little bit. The past 3 years in Gothenburg. As I said, being surrounded by so many young people who haven't entered that wheel of working, sleeping, eating, working, sleeping, eating, rinse and repeat all day, all week, all year. Doing the same thing over and over and over. Mostly these young people are experiencing new things in life. Everything is interesting and new. They're going to these recreation places, which, I was a recreation leader. So, of course, that's where I met them. And they're still my friends to this day. And, being around that. And I was unemployed for a long time, many years. Or I had an internship, I guess you could call that. So I wasn't, I wasn't in a NEET program, so to say. I had an internship as a recreation leader. But I spent a lot of time, a lot of free time as well, being at these recreation places, and being surrounded by young people, and we were, playing games, having fun, talking, watching stuff, having impulsive sleepovers, stuff like that. It was so interesting. It made me feel younger. It made my life feel like it had no pressure. There weren't any musts in life. Like I have to go up early, have to work and do that for 40 hours every week. There wasn't anything of that. I just lived every day as I wanted. I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. And I spent a lot of that time, playing video games, watching anime, spending it with younger people, and having these, these special interests that isn't very usual, today. How am I gonna explain this? I am a very unusual person compared to, most normal people, especially in a town like Ängelholm, where we have around 50,000 in population. Drink time. God damn, this is harder than I thought. Many people would consider me odd, weird, a degenerate, a weeb, a fag, I don't know, many different things. I am an unusual person, and I take that as a compliment because I don't want to be normal, because in my eyes, a normal person is someone who just works a typical shit job for 40 hours a week. And then on their free time, they get drunk, they party, loud volume, many people, they crash, they get... what is it when you wake up after being drunk? I'm forgetting so many words right now, but you know what I'm talking about, I guess. And they do that week after week, year after year. And in my opinion, from my standpoint, they are the ones who are stupid and weird and wasting their life, kind of, and maybe not wasting their life because they're at least being surrounded by people and influencing and getting children and getting families and then divorce. It just, I don't know. I'm not judging that hard. If they like that, then go ahead. But the thing is that often enough they judge me because I'm different from how most people are. And in a town like Ängelholm, it just feels like less than 1%, most likely a lot less than 1% are people like me. And, I'm both proud and happy about that, but at the same time, it feels very alone. I felt that for a long, long time. Growing up in this town, I lived here until I was 20 years old, and I've always felt like there were so few nerdy people, especially when it comes to a bit more degenerate stuff. In that sense, I am a huge fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and I am 100% proud of that fact because that show has changed my life and I love it so much. And if people are interested in why I love it so much, then they're more than welcome to ask me in a non-critical way, and I can explain everything if they want to. But I am 100% genuine when I say that. I love that show. But in the eyes of the normal people, that is considered extremely, bad. Like a pedophile warning, and no life, neckbeard, man-child, living in your mom's basement. It's on that level, and that's what most people think. That's just how our society is. And it makes me sad. Like, you can't be different. And it kind of pisses me off. Because there's a lot of talk these days about gender neutrality or whatever. That guys can do girl stuff and girls can do guy stuff. And there's less and less judgment on that. And I'm very happy that we're moving towards gender neutrality or whatever it's called. But it's still not enough. I mean, people still think you're a rapist pedophile. It maybe not that extreme, but it's leaning towards that. Like there's something wrong with you if you do that or think that or like those things. It makes me sad, but that's how I am, and I'm not gonna, apologize or hide who I am and what I enjoy. Because I have a lot of self-insight, so I perfectly understand why do I like stuff like My Little Pony. Why do I love it so much? I do have very good reasons in my mind, and so I'm not questioning myself. Like, am I bad? Am I like a weird person? Is there something wrong with me? Things like that. I've had those thoughts, now and again. Like, is there something wrong with me? But for the most part, I feel like, no, there's nothing wrong with me. I have perfectly good reasons for, liking what I like. But as I said, the normal people or the norm don't think that, and they are afraid of it because they don't understand it, and it makes me sad, and it makes me feel alone. And yeah, I guess that's that topic, I guess. No, we're gonna continue. Okay, so having these feelings, living in a small town like Ängelholm for all my life until I was 20, that's what I felt. That's what I went through, and also got bullied for it in high school, of course. But then the whole chapter of Gothenburg came, right? And in Gothenburg, there's a lot of alternative people. And I went to this brony meetup, fans for My Little Pony. I went to it. It was like 70, 80 people. And I met so many like-minded people. And I met my future girlfriends, future relationships. A lot of friends I had for many years. And that was during the prime of My Little Pony, when the fandom was at its peak, around 2013 and then 14. And And that made me so happy, and it was like an eye-opener. Like, I am not supposed to be in a small town like Ängelholm where nothing happens and just a bunch of normies. So I want to move to Gothenburg where I can be surrounded by these like-minded people who enjoy the stuff I do. So that's what was the main fuel for me to move out of here. And so I did. And so the past 7 years I've moved around and met so many different people, and I've been able to live out that dream. I've been able to be a degenerate with other degenerates, you know? It's been very fun, and I have very, very fond memories which I'll never forget. And, you know, looking back to it and talking about it out loud right now, you know, it makes me really happy. Like, I realize how happy I am for going through it. And then it all, you know, kind of went away when it came to that group of friends, and especially fans of My Little Pony. It is just degraded and it disappeared, and all those people, they lost interest in the show. So it all just kind of disappeared. But I was still, you know, a fan. I still enjoyed it, and I still do to this day. But then, you know, as a recreation leader, I at least got to meet some new people where I could live out my other interests, which is anime. I'm also very interested in anime, and I watch it regularly. English, fucking hell, goddamn. Regularly, bleh, like a talk soup I can't pronounce. But with those people in the recreation world, I could, you know, watch these stupid degenerate animes, and we could laugh together and have so much fun. Stuff that most people would be very negative towards, you know. I don't know. I thought it was really, really fun, and I'm so glad I could experience that. And I will still be able to. Just because I live down here doesn't mean that I will never ever get to experience that again. So I will go up there, hang out, hopefully, and we can still practice our degeneratism, right? So say what you want, but I'm very happy that I have that option, because when I lived in Ängelholm for the first 20 years of my life, I didn't have that really. I had maybe one, possibly two friends at some points where I could, you know, play games and stuff like that, but not many people I could be a degenerate of. I don't know what word to use, but I make fun of it myself, because in some aspects I am kind of that, and I don't mind it too much because I think it's fun, and that's what's important. So yeah. So after being there for 7 years in Gothenburg and being around these different alternative people, and now coming back to Ängelholm, and now I am in that wheel of normal people, right? I work 40 hours a week. I work, eat, sleep, and I'm not really surrounded by alternative people. It's all not very normie, because at my company, at least people are somewhat different. Most people are nerds, you know, playing video games, computers, and stuff like that. But not so much in terms of the degenerate aspect, ponies or anime. Not so much. Maybe one, possibly two. I haven't gotten to know everyone there as of yet. Which is good. There is a possibility of that changing. So being down here now, it's just such a big difference. It makes me look back to all the people I've met, and if anyone, you know, is watching this video, especially up to this point with all my talk souping, then that's yeah, it really means a lot, and I hope that you, whoever you are, I hope you're doing great, and know that I have a lot of memories with all of these people that I've met. So yeah, big changes, trying to get used to it. So yeah, next topic would be, I appreciate... Oh god fucking damn it. Are you serious? Okay, we failed the mission, I guess. Bye-bye, Mr. President. So I am after living in Gothenburg for like 6 or 7 years, or around that area, and then 3.5 years in Gothenburg, I've come to appreciate the calm nature of Ängelholm. The low crime rate. Of course, Gothenburg has more than 10 times the population. So of course there's more crime. But still, hearing about all these different things that happens every day in Gothenburg, and then comparing it to my small hometown, I really appreciate the calm nature. I really, really do. It makes me feel safer, makes me feel able to, go out at night and walk around, which I can't do in Gothenburg. So I really like the calm nature, and I'm happy to be back here. I really am. It just feels more stable, calm, safe. And also, since I've lived unemployed and, through internships for many, many, many years. Say what you want, but I've never had a full-time job for more than half a year. That's the kind of person I am, or what I've gone through. Like, I've never had it so stable, because I was always moving. I was always shifting jobs or places and stuff like that. So I've never had a full-time job for more than 6 months. And right now I do have a full-time job, and it is now in the start. It's a 6-month program, and we'll see what happens after that. But it's very nice now to have a steady income. It's nice to have a place to go to, especially at an IT company, because as I mentioned, we do at least have some nerdy gamers and stuff like that. So I'm very happy that I was able to find that. Pretty incredible that I was just searching one job, just one single job in November, and I got that job, and it is kind of a dream job, working with computers and being surrounded by these people and around my age. And that's another topic I guess I can touch upon a little bit, is that for many years now, especially during the recreation leader part, and also the brony friends I had before 2013, 14 and 15, like, most of the time no one was in my age or close to it. Most people were like 5 years younger or more. And so that's like, I was 22 years old and they were 17, kind of, or 18. And that continued even more than when I became a recreation leader. I was 25, 28, and they were 14 to 17 years old. It was a bit mixed, but for the most part, I was 10 years older than most people I hung out with. And, most people would think that's very weird and bad, but, or maybe not, but still. And so I had this longing that, I want to be around people my age again, like when I went to school, being around people my age and see how people around the year, being 28 or 25, talking and hanging out with them and see what they think and feel. And now I kind of got that with this new job. Most people are around 25. And so I'm still a bit older than most people there, but it doesn't matter because I don't feel like I'm 28. I feel like I'm 25, 24 maybe. Doesn't matter. Some people may think I'm like 6 years old because I'm watching My Little Pony. I don't give a fuck. But the point is, I'm feeling younger than what I am, and I'm happy with that. Now my glass of water is, it's over. Sitting here doing this video right now, pretty damn happy I did it, because most of these things are what I'm thinking about while recording these sessions, but since I'm in that crims mode, it's hard to find time to really talk about this sincerely. And so that's another quick topic I can go into. Like, what is crims and what is Alex? Because I've said many times that crims is my persona, or my alias, or my alter ego. And in many senses that's correct. Because crims is, I wouldn't be like that in real life. I wouldn't do that towards real people. Being so arrogant and aggressive and, sexist. All that, crims is like a charade. Because I wouldn't do that in real life, as I said. But it's kind of fun having that character when doing commentary, so you can channel that energy and all the stuff you build, during the days and the weeks. You have so much energy that you have to release in some way. People do it by, having parties or by having sex or whatever. There are multiple ways you can channel your energy that's stored up. And since I'm not really doing any of those things at the moment, or ever when it comes to parties, my way of letting out energy is through music, playing guitar, metal music. That's one way. But also commentary, being this aggressive, very mean dude. Crims is very mean. It has like no respect for anyone other than himself. Super egotistic? Egoism? It's just fun because I'm channeling that energy towards non-living people, video game characters. I can be mean towards them because no one is getting their feelings hurt. But then of course stuff like my channel getting taken down because of sexism happens, because some people think that I'm serious with what I'm saying. Like in 2012, I was doing a lot of sexist jokes towards the video game characters. And my channel got taken down because of it, because they didn't understand that it was parody or I was joking. And maybe it doesn't really matter if I'm joking or not, like it's still not allowed. So yeah, I have to take that bullet, but it's just a way for me to let out energy. And I never ever really mean those things. Because in reality, me as a person, Alex or Alexander, whatever, I believe in true gender equality, and I've always done that because I think it's stupid, and anything else is super stupid because we're all human beings. It doesn't matter which gender you are, doesn't matter if you're a transgender. For me, it doesn't matter. We're all humans. So I truly believe in true gender equality. But then you have to be realistic and understand that, there are two genders. Okay, now maybe I shouldn't touch too much upon this topic because it's a very sensitive topic these days. But you still have to be, realistic that, there are two genders. You have those organs that one gender has that the other one doesn't. You just have to be realistic and see that. But then other than that, it doesn't matter. It's just basic biology. Biology, yeah, I guess. Shit, I have no water and my throat is dying. So maybe we should wrap this up a bit. Yeah. I'm also, in terms of appreciation, I'm happy that I'm close to my family again. I'm happy, we can help each other out. And at the moment, since I just moved down here, I'm living with my mother, and she has a very expensive apartment that she lives in alone. So it really feels good that I can use my income to help her with this expensive apartment, and also live in it, for a very cheap price. So super thankful for that. I really do love my mother and everything that she does for me. So she deserves more credit than I give her. I have to work on that. And Gothenburg isn't that too far away, so I'm thinking about my family up there, of course. My brother and his girlfriend, or yeah, I guess it's more than a girlfriend these days, but still, she's family to us either way. Doesn't have to be related to blood. She is part of our family. At least that's what I feel and think. So I can go up there, and I will. Alright then, I think that's all I have to talk about when it comes to personal things and commentary. I do have 2 more topics. I don't know how much I want to go into them. And at this point, I don't think anyone... okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. But we can touch upon that pretty quickly. So yeah, speaking of ponies, I'm currently rewatching the series. I am right now at Season 5, Episode 15. I just now this morning watched Rarity Investigates. Really, really nice episode. It was better than I remembered it. Super good animation. Like, very, very good. Overall, super good episode. The animation, facial expressions, the lighting, everything. So yeah, great episode. And I've been hanging out a lot on 4chan MLP board. And there's a lot of extreme people there. But I can very easily look past that and try to find the good content, so to say. And there's a lot of consensus that everything past Season 3 is complete garbage. And I never really thought about that before. But now I'm trying to understand why they feel that way and why people hate it so much. And so now when I'm rewatching it from the beginning, I'm trying to see that. And, Season 5 it's pretty good. I like it, I still like Season 1 and 2 the best, because it was the most comfy. And now it's a little bit too self-conscious. I guess that's the most basic way I can explain it. But still, Season 5, I am really enjoying it so far. Some episodes are complete dark shit in terms of the world and the setting and the lore. Sometimes they just shit on it. I'm especially thinking about Slice of Life, episode 100. I hate that episode today because it's so fucking stupid. But looking at it in its own containment, like it's not canon, then it's fine. It's just fan service, so much fan service, and I don't like it because it takes away the comfiness and that, that it's self-aware. I don't like it at all. Other than that, Season 5 is pretty fun, and I'm enjoying it. I'm dreading Season 8 and 9, because like 99% of the people hate those seasons, and I kind of do as well. It's really, really bad. But I have to rewatch everything in order to make my full opinion, and I'll guess I'll come back to that pretty soon. Okay, I'm trying to wrap things up here, because I have no more water, and I have to go to the bathroom, and my throat is dying. So yeah. Watching LP, rewatching it, I'm very much enjoying it, and I hope I will have more people in the future to talk about that show with, but it's a rarity these days. Oh god, I miss my brony friends. I really, really do. I hope someday I'll have another brony friend. I mean, I do. I take that back. There is someone at Libra who became a brony now, or another brony, but a fan of the series. She really, really enjoys it. She's watching everything. She's rewatching the series faster than me. She's at Season 7 now, I believe. So yeah, she got stuck in the series, and I'm so happy that, it was thanks to me, because I was talking so much about it. So I have a brony friend or a fan to talk with, and we're gonna do that once Libra Game opens again. So yeah, I'm very happy that I have someone to share my interest of pony with, and hopefully Emily as well. We shall see. And my last topic is anime. Nothing too special here. I'm just watching the new season of animes that are currently airing, and the ones I'm watching right now is Horimiya, a slice of life comedy romance. Not a slice of life. Yeah, it's a comedy romance, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't read manga, so I watch a lot of, I watch animes, and that's where I get introduced to its world and its characters. Like, I don't know anything beforehand. I look at something, it seems interesting, I watch it, and I build my own opinion. And so I'm watching it completely blind, and I'm enjoying that series so much. It's really, really good. So Horimiya, watch it. It's good. It's good. Then of course we have my favorite anime of all time, which is Higurashi no Naku Koroni, or When They Cry, and it has a new season after many years. It has a new season. We are currently at episode 16. So I'm really enjoying that. I was very skeptical at first because it has a new art style, but the art style has grown on me and I really enjoy it. It's super good. And the last episode, episode 16, holy fuck. Goddamn. I hope there's someone out there who is watching Higurashi because I love it. Super good. If you like psychological horror, then my god, you have to watch that shit. It's super good. Then I'm watching another horror anime which is airing right now, which is Wonder Egg Priority. Very surreal horror anime which I know nothing about. Like, I just watch it blind. I watched 2 episodes. It's still airing, so episode 3 hasn't come out yet. Like, whoa. Holy shit. It's good. It's weird. I like it. It really reminds me of Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica. It reminds me of that, but more horror. Good stuff. Then we have the second season of Yakusoku no Neverland, A Promised Neverland. I don't like it as much as the first season. The first season was extremely good, and I really enjoyed it, and the plot twist and everything. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but season 2, it's very different because of the scenery and where they are. But I'm still enjoying it, and I'm gonna watch the whole thing. But yeah, good stuff. And then I watch Reincarnated as a Slime. It's an isekai. I typically don't enjoy isekais. They're overdone. But yeah, the slime anime, I like it. It's fun. It's a cozy watch, and it's nice. It's nice. And then I was hoping for the Sherlock Holmes anime, the Moriarty anime. I was hoping for season 2 because season 1, which was airing in fall, super good, really good. Took me by surprise, and I was hoping there was going to be a season 2, but there isn't any as of now. Alright then, I have to end this session now because I really have to go to the bathroom and my throat is dying. So I want to thank everyone extremely much for watching so far. I mean, goddamn. Thank you. Please leave a comment, type whatever it is you want. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, anything you're thinking about, let me know. Thank you all so much. I'll see you in another video. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really mean it. Alright then, my friends. Bye for now.